I'm Fatmata Binta. I'm from Sierra Leone. I'm based in Accra, Ghana. I'm a chef, very passionate about food. I'm also the executive chef at Dine on a Mat, which is a traditional nomadic restaurant. The concept is very much nomadic. We move around a lot. And I'm also the founder of Fulani Kitchen Foundation, and I'm happy to be here.
What accomplishments are you most proud of?
I'm most proud of the impact I have in communities so far. For me, that's the most fulfilling part, touching lives, improving lives in rural communities, also promoting African cuisine on a global level, preserving culture through African gastronomy. I'm very proud of that.
When it comes to African gastronomy, what do you want people to know?
I want people to know how rich it is. It's very rich. We have a very vast continent which has so much, and I think the world is slowly learning about that. So I'm very much excited to see that unfold.
I know sustainability is a big part of your cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk a little bit about what sustainability looks like to you?
I like to use responsibility now. I feel like the word sustainability is becoming a buzzword. It's, you know what I mean. So I prefer to say responsibility because it's not something special. It should be a norm. We should make it a lifestyle. We should be intentional about everything we do. So for me, as a chef, I would say it means seasonality. It means knowing where my food is coming from. It means connecting with the people that are growing my food. It means being intentional day to day with what I use, what materials am I using, how I package my food, what kind of ingredients I'm using. So sustainability is a very broad word. That's why I would just say it's a responsibility, really. It's about being intentional with your day-to-day steps every day. So I believe food doesn't have to be complicated for it to taste good. It's all about focusing on good ingredients when they are in season, because when they are in season, you can use all of it. You don't have to waste. And also it's about sourcing what you need, not sourcing excess, Food waste is something I think we should tackle. We talk about food waste a lot, but also there's hunger in the world. A lot of hunger. People are hungry, food crisis.
I know your lecture is on sundrying.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about what type of ingredients you sundry?
So for the Fulani cuisine, we sundry almost everything. And that's because we are nomadic people who are always moving from one border to another, because that's our way of preserving our food. So we literally sundry everything, even meat. We are not big on seafoods, hardly, unless the Fulanis who are the residents, because you have three types. You have the nomads, you have the semi-nomads, and then you have the residents. But like the nomadic cuisine that I talk about a lot and promote, we preserve all our ingredients by sun-drying it because it's a form of keeping it for the next settlement.
How long do you sun-dry something for?
Most times there's no exact timeline to it. So things like spices will sun-dry for like 2 weeks, and as soon as it's dry, depending on the weather also, and then you just store it. But most times things like root vegetables or beef or what else? Leaves, grains, we sun-dry every single day. And we eat from it, so like we consume every day. So the sun-drying process goes on until you're done eating the food. So it's like every day you're taking it out, and then as you consume until the last bit of it.
So do you feel like the flavor changes as it continues to dry?
That's a good question. Texture changes, not flavor. Flavor always stays the same, like the sun-dried root vegetables we do, which is like mixture of it's cassava, cocoyam, plantain, things like that. The texture becomes more chewy, it has that gummy kind of like texture, but the flavor is the same.
What's either one or two of your favorite ingredients or recipes or foods that you like to eat?
That's a tough one. I like gumbo, because I'm saying gumbo because that's how it's known on this other path. So it's basically just okra soup or stew.
Okay.
And in the Fulani communities, we usually sun-dry it, and then we cook like a peanut butter soup, and then we add the sun-dried okra to it at the end. It's so good. And it goes with cassava, sun-dried cassava powder, which we cook into a starch form. It's really good. I like that. And then also, I like suya, which I'm going to present today, which we call the nomad spice. So it's either called suya or yaji. It's a mixture of spices, and it's basically served with proteins, most of the time beef in skewers.
Is there a dish that you think represents your community in particular, or one that, like, if on a global level you'd like other people to know about?
Yes, we have one called lachiye kosan, which is basically steamed corn into couscous form, kind of something big to the Fulani food culture. So usually you find it in every community you go to. It's the one dish that we all share in common, and I really like it. It's comfort food to me, and most times they'll serve it during celebratory events, so like naming ceremonies, weddings, things like that. So really, it's really good. I hope to share it more. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
I'm really looking forward to hearing you speak, and thank you.
Thank you so much.